Uno. Hello, hello. Well, welcome everyone. Finally, I was waiting for this moment. I am Adriana Urbina, and I know that a lot of you already know me. But for those of you that are new, Venezuela. I am originally from Venezuela. I've been living there. I was born and raised in Venezuela, and I've been living in New York City for the past 10 years. I studied in France. I traveled the world. I also worked in Spain in the 3 Michelin-star restaurants. I led small and large restaurants in New York City. And I have a company called Tupui Collective, which is a platform that helps women in the food industry to get work opportunities into and to have community. And that's my passion. And I love the work that we're doing there. And today I'm super excited to be sharing with you one of my favorite recipes. I love to make ceviches. Like, my favorite food is seafood and shellfish. So this is a very special recipe for me. It's delicious, very easy, and very tasty. So today I want us to have fun, to relax. Like, please ask me any questions. That's why I'm here. If I'm talking too fast, I can repeat as many times as you want me to. So yeah, I encourage you to ask questions. Um, Even if it's not about this recipe, please, feel free to share it with me. And today's cooking event is presented by Now Diabetes by Heart, a collaboration of American Heart Association and American Diabetes Association. If you or your loved ones are living with type 2 diabetes, staying healthy starts with the right ingredients and portions to help reduce the risk of heart disease and strokes. So let's get started. I'm very excited. I'm going to share with you the ingredients first, all the equipment that you need, and then we're going to start cooking. Please pour wine, a glass of whatever your favorite drink, some music, and let's start cooking. All right, so the first thing when I start making a recipe, it's to read the recipe. That's the first thing. I know that it sounds like obvious, but the reason why you need to read carefully the recipe is to make sure that you start by the steps that take the longest period of time, or the recipe that takes the longest period of time. And in this case, we're making chia seeds, and we're also making the aguachile. So the chia seed crackers take a little bit longer because you have to bake them, you have to make the mixture, wait until it sits, and that takes a little bit longer. So let's start by making the chia crackers. I absolutely love these chia crackers. I love to share recipes that are like a base, and you can create from that base and add spices and add your personal touch to it. So these crackers, I'm going to give you a base recipe, which is 1 cup of chia seeds, 1/4 cup of tapioca flour, 3 cups of water, and 1 teaspoon of salt. In addition to that, I love to add nutritional yeast or furikake, which is like a combination of seaweed and toasted seeds. I especially love it. And sometimes I add both. If you don't have any of these spices, you can use smoked paprika, coriander, curry powder, any spices that you like, you can add them. All right, so the first thing is that in a bowl, you're gonna add the chia seeds, like 1 cup of chia seeds, the water, salt, and your spices. You're gonna mix it very well. I use this mix. I use this whisk, and I have the mixture ready to go because it takes a little bit of time. But I mix it very well, like until you see that it's all combined together. And I added my spices. Taste it, and if it needs a little bit of pepper, a little bit more of spices, feel free to add it. Even if you want to add chili flakes to make it a little bit spicy. That's also perfect. Another thing that you can add is lime zest or lemon zest to your mix, and that's absolutely perfect. And that's it. So you have your mixture here. I have my mixture here. This has, I left it sit for around 10 to 20 minutes. And I want to show you the mixture. It gets very, very thick, okay? It's like kind of like a cookie dough texture, mostly. So what you're gonna do is like you're gonna mix it every 5 to 10 minutes to make sure that you don't get those big clumps. One more thing, this dish can serve about 10 crackers. It can make around 10 small crackers, and the aguachile can serve around 4 servings, but like the small servings, like appetizer servings. So you're gonna leave your chia seed mixture sitting for around 10 to 20 minutes, and you're gonna mix it every 5 to 10 minutes. After that time pass, you're gonna get this mixture that it's very, very thick, and you're gonna preheat your oven at 350. Okay, you can use parchment paper or you can use foil. Either or works. Also be mindful of the salt intake. I really love salt, and I know how bad it is to eat, a lot of salt. So I try to be very mindful of that and make sure to not overdo it. Okay, so I have my parchment paper. I have my oven at 350 already preheat, and I'm gonna give you a tip, like with a little bit of olive oil. This mixture is a little bit sticky, so what I do is with a little bit of, I put like 1 drop of olive oil in my fingers, maybe 1 more, obviously with your hands clean. And I'm gonna start making, also you can put a little bit of olive oil on your parchment paper, a little bit, and then with your hands you're gonna start spreading your crackers. You wanna make sure that they're as thin as possible, all right? As thin as possible. I'm gonna show you. I love to do this. It's so relaxing. And I love them super, super, super thin, but this is up to you. Like if you want like a thicker cracker, that also works. And the shape. You can make a large, like a large cracker, and then you can break it. That's my favorite way to do it because it's more organic, like the shapes at the end. Or you can do circles or try and, different shapes. Play around with it, have fun. All right, it doesn't have to be perfect. We just want to make sure that it's mostly, even. Like you see it, you touch it, and it's like mostly even. All right, so this is the final result. I hope you can see it there. If not, I can bring it to you. I'm gonna quickly clean my hands. And you're gonna throw it in the oven, 350 for 20 to 25 minutes. Why do I say 20 to 25 minutes? Because if your cracker is a little bit thicker, it's gonna take a little bit longer. If it's thinner, it's gonna take, less time. So I would start with a 10-minute timer, check it, and then flip the tray. All right, so every 10 minutes, check it out and make sure that it's not burning, because if it's very thin, I've had some crackers that burn very, very badly. Okay, so we have our cracker. And I want to show you the final result. The final result of my crackers. Look at that. I made, in this case, a large cracker, and then you can cut it in pieces, like small pieces for my ceviche. Large, small, whatever feels good to you. I feel like for this one, I'm gonna do small pieces, and then make sure these crackers last for around a week or two. You have to make sure to put them in an airtight container with you can put or parchment paper in between the crackers, or you can use paper towels. Either or, just make sure that the container, it's great, that it's airtight container, and it will last for 2 weeks. And I eat this like a snack. It's great. It has a high level of nutrition over here, lots of fiber, and it tastes delicious. Okay, so let's go with the aguachile. I'm gonna clean my hands very quickly again, and I wanted to give you a tip, because a lot of people ask me, like, what do I do to eat healthier in my day-to-day week? Like, it sometimes is so, difficult to plan ahead, but I would recommend to really pick one day of the week. It can be Sunday, Saturday, the day that it's slower for you, and dedicate at least, 1 hour to cook in batches. I think that for me, it's the key. It doesn't have to be very complicated. You can do, grain. That's very important. It can be a grain or a starch. Starch can be sweet potatoes. I love sweet potatoes. Regular potatoes. Yuca. I love yuca. Or it can be rice, quinoa. Think about a base that you love. Cook that, and then during the week I can, I mix it up with different herbs so it tastes a little bit different. And protein, like 2 types of protein, maybe chicken and meat, or if you're vegetarian, you can, add a big piece of, cooked roasted beet or celeriac, and then some fresh salads. I love that. So you have your protein side and some roasted veggies or fresh salad. All right, let's go with aguachile. Aguachile, love this dish. I make it so very often because it's very easy, and I make different variations. I love to give you also a recipe with variations, because even if you're not vegetarian or vegan, you can make the same recipe with different ingredients or what you have in your fridge. Like traditionally, this aguachile, first of all, the sauce is made, I'm salivating because I just want to taste it. I just want to try it. The sauce, like the leche tigre, it's made out of chiles. Chiles serranos, which are very spicy, are the green ones, and a combination of serranos and jalapenos. Okay, so it's very spicy. And then traditionally is made with shrimp. Sometimes we don't have shrimp at home, so I also can give you the option to make it with fish, like white fish goes perfectly. Sea bass, snapper, fluke, those 3 fishes are great with this. And if you don't have fish or shrimp, or you're vegetarian or vegan, you can use vegetables that are a little bit crunchy and have high content of water, like radishes, cucumbers, turnips. Turnips are great. I love to use either or, like radishes, turnips, or cucumbers for this recipe are great, or a combination of the 3 as the protein, as substitute for the protein. Okay, so I have my beautiful shrimp. We're gonna need 1 cup of cilantro, 1 pound of shrimp. You don't have to do this full recipe. You can do half also. Same with the crackers, you can do half. The recipe that I gave you is for 10 crackers. It's a lot. So feel free to do half or even half of half. I'm gonna do the whole recipe today because we're hungry. So I'm gonna do 1 pound of shrimp, 2 large limes, 1 teaspoon of salt. Then we're gonna need half of red onion. Love red onions. You're gonna need a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, water, and splash of vinegar. It can be any type of vinegar. Apple cider vinegar, it's my favorite, but it can be any type of vinegar. We're gonna just use a splash of vinegar. Then for the marinade, we're gonna need 1 cup of fresh lime juice. This is key. Please use fresh lime squeezed lemon juice. It really changed the flavor if you use the fresh lime juice instead of the stored one that you can find like already squeezed. And 1 cup of cilantro, 2 jalapenos, 1 serrano chile, and 1 teaspoon of salt. One thing, this recipe that I gave you, it's very, very, very okay. Sorry, I was reading something else. This recipe is very spicy, like very potent. So if you don't want it as spicy, you can do, instead of jalapenos and serranos, you can do just cucumbers, okay? The same measurements. If you want it like medium spicy, you can use just the jalapenos. For this recipe, if you want it medium spicy, I would use 2 jalapenos, but make sure to taste them. Yes, taste them. I'm going to show you how I taste them. And yes, so if you don't want it super spicy, you can do 2 jalapenos. Don't use the serranos. And if you don't like it spicy at all, just cucumbers. All right, so I think that was it. And then the garnishes. This is my favorite part because you can get creative. I love to add a lot of color, texture. That's what I think when I think about garnishes. I don't only like to add colors, but flavor and texture. So I think in those 3 elements, and I try to look in my pantry or in my fridge, what do I have that can go well that has these 3 elements. So I have cucumbers are very crunchy and they're green and beautiful. So I'm going to use cucumbers for garnishes, as a garnish. I found some raspberries, which I think are perfect because they also have like that crunchy, like the seeds are crunchy and they're red and they're beautiful. So I'm going to use that. And some sliced radishes. Also, they're very fresh, crunchy. And if you're going to slice them ahead of time, I recommend to keep them in cold water so you can keep the crunchiness of the radishes. If you slice them and you leave them without water, they're going to start like dehydrating and you're not going to get that crunchiness and that water that it's so delicious. Okay, so I think that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. Well, I want to say hi to everyone that is here in this class. They're telling me that we have people from St. Louis, Chicago. That's amazing, from all over the world. So thank you for being here, for spending time watching my recipe. I hope you're making it. And if you're not making it today, I hope you make it next week or this year. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to start making first the shrimp. So what I'm going to start doing with my shrimp is that I'm going to slice it in half with a very sharp knife. I'm going to put my hand on top of the shrimp without pushing it too much. And I'm going to gently slice it. And I'm going to do this same thing with all of my shrimp. All right, so I have it like this, and I'm going to take this black part out. And I'm going to do the same thing with all of my shrimp. All right, once I do this, one tip before I forget. You see that I have everything ready here to go. So I read the recipe. I start measuring everything up. Like this is my mise en place. And that way I can make it even faster, right? So I have my lime juice ready to go. I have all my cucumber cut. I have my shrimp cut that I'm going to put it right here. And it's like everything, it's easier that way when you have everything ready. All right, so I have my shrimp. I cut them all in half, and I'm going to cover them with the lime juice, all right? I want to make sure that it's completely covered. And we're going to leave it there. We're going to leave it there, and we're going to kind of like cook the shrimp with the lime. And this is going to take, if you're using langoustine or your fish is a little bit big, make sure that it stays there for around 5 to 6 minutes. You're going to start seeing how the shrimp starts turning white. And once that's happening, I'm going to show you, you're going to flip them on the other side. 5 more minutes, and that's it. Okay, we have our shrimp, and now we're going to do the onion. So I have my onion sliced here, ready to go, but I want to show you how to cut it, like an easy way. So I take both sides, the ends up, I cut it in halves. And for this specific dish that I want my onions to be super, super, super thin, I cut my onions this way. So half, and then half, and then I take the interior part of the onion, and I'm gonna cut this. Like this is way easier. Take your time, and then you can do it with a mandolin or with a very sharp knife. I have this one. Don't throw this out. Okay, very, very thin. You can do this with a mandolin or with a very sharp knife. Take your time. I'm doing it a little bit fast, but you don't have to do it this fast. Enjoy your time in the kitchen. All right, so I have my onions, and one tip I'm gonna do right now, and you can do this for other recipes that you want to use raw onions. Add your onions on a bowl, and then you're gonna add salt, pinch of salt. Remember to be very careful with your salt. Just a teaspoon, very, very lightly with your salt. Kind of like massage it a little bit of a massage right here. And you're gonna cover it with water. Okay, and we're gonna leave it here for 5 minutes. And the flavor, it's not gonna be as strong. And the onions are gonna preserve that crunchiness that we are looking for. So my shrimp's starting to cook, and I'm gonna flip it on the other side, 5 more minutes. And now we're gonna start cooking. Well, cooking, no, making our aguachile. It's so easy. You're not gonna believe how easy it is. Oof. Okay, our shrimp. So in a blender, I would recommend to get a good blender. This is my favorite, Vitamix. It's a little bit expensive, but it really, it's a great investment. Like if you're gonna spend your money in something like kitchen utensils, I would recommend a blender and a knife. Good knife and a blender, that's it. Okay, we're gonna basically add everything in the blender, all of it. Your cucumbers, jalapenos, if you're adding it. I'm adding half cucumbers, half jalapenos because I want it a little bit spicy. What else? That's it. And I'm gonna add the juice that I use for my shrimp. This is the key. This is the key. Where I marinate my shrimp. Pinch of salt. I'm gonna add 1 more cucumber. I'm gonna peel it. And then this peel, I use it for smoothies. So clean it very well. I'm not going to use it for the aguachile, but I do use it for my smoothies. It's so good. It has all the vitamins. Just make sure to clean it very well. I leave it soaking with a little bit of apple cider vinegar and then clean it very well. It's so delicious and nutritious. All right, so I'm gonna put this aside. I'm gonna cut my cucumber. And for this recipe, I'm not gonna use the seeds, but as well, I want to keep my seeds for my smoothies. I don't like to throw anything out. So 1 cucumber. So I use it for my smoothies. It's delicious. Also has a lot of fiber, all the seeds. Mostly all of them have all the vitamins in there. Okay, so cucumbers, a little bit of salt. I have all my other ingredients there. And let's blend this. Okay, a little bit of vinegar. 1 teaspoon of vinegar. And that's it. Let's blend it. And you want to make sure to blend it until it's very, very smooth. Okay, super smooth, perfect. All right. Every time you're cooking, make sure you're tasting everything. Taste, make sure that it's delicious, that it's exactly what you're looking for. And if it needs anything, just add it. But this is the key to make your food taste delicious. This is perfect. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna put this on aside. And I'm gonna bring my shrimp over here. My onions need a little bit more. So like 1 more minute. And what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna mix my shrimp with the aguachile. Okay, this is gonna even give more flavor to my shrimp. You're gonna cover your shrimp with the aguachile. And the shrimp is gonna continue to cook with the aguachile once you put it there, because it has all that citrus, salt, everything. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna make some space, because now my favorite part of the class, like I really enjoy plating for myself when I'm cooking for myself, or for people when I'm cooking for people, of course. I think it's very fun and I can add my personal touch to it. And also, I start thinking about, when I plate, I start thinking about what I was telling you, texture and color, and of course, flavor. Well, I love colors, so I picked this dish. You can do whatever it feels good to you. Actually, I think I'm going to use this one because it's a little bit like more plain. But what I wanted to say is that you can use a lot of color in your plate. I like when my food has a lot of color, use white plates. And when it's like maybe a pasta or something that it doesn't have a lot of color, I use like very bright colors, and it really makes a difference. Okay, so for this dish, aguachile, I usually serve it in a bowl. But this time, I feel like I want to serve it in a plate. So I'm going to do it in a plate. So we're going to start plating. And the elements that I was sharing with you. So I have my radishes that have a lot of color and texture and flavor. They're a little bit spicy. I have my raspberries. They're very, very beautiful in color and delicious in taste. They have another level of acidity. And the onions. The onions, I'm going to take them out of the water. They're ready to go. And they already feel different. They feel a little bit softer. And when you smell them, they're way better. They're not like very strong. And you can already tell that they're, you know, the flavor is way milder. Okay, so I have my shrimp. I want to make sure that you can see when I'm plating. And this is for 2. Actually, this is for 4 servings, but I'm going to plate 1. So I'm going to place all, you can do this however it feels best for you, but I love to make, maybe let's do a circle with the shrimps, like this, a circle, and then I'm going to put all the aguachile in the middle. I like this presentation. I used to do this in a restaurant that I worked, that I was an executive chef in New York. And this was like the highlight of the dish, like of the menu. All right, so I did a circle. And now I'm going to put the sauce in the middle. Just a little bit of the sauce. This is not that spicy, so I'm gonna put a lot of this sauce. I love the color. And onions. Onions also have a lot of color. So this also depends on you. I love a lot of onions. I love that the flavor of raw onions. So I'm gonna add a little bit, and I want to put like the purple side of the onions on top. Like I want to see it. All right. Ah, I love it. Okay, so a little bit of the raspberries. You can cut it with a knife or with your fingers. I think be very gentle because raspberries are very, very delicate. If you don't have raspberries, you can also do strawberries. And when I'm doing ceviches, I love to add, I'm now remembering that I also had another ceviche that has like, I think it's 6 types of citrus, like different citruses. And it's so, so delicious because you don't taste only the lime or the lemon. Like that's not the only taste that you taste. You can taste like grapefruit, oranges, a little bit of the acidity of the raspberries. Like I love that. So when you're making a ceviche, that's another tip. Try to think in all the things that, okay, they want to see the dish closer. Okay, I'm coming. Try to think when you're making ceviches, all the citruses that you can add. Like oranges, grapefruit, lime, lemons, like make a combination of all those 4 citruses and you will see how beautiful it is. Okay, I'm coming with the dish. I want to finish it so I can present, like I can show you the final result. And a little bit of avocado. Love avocado. It's the best. Adds color, also texture, like that creaminess of the avocado. I'm gonna cut like some slices and spoon, and that's it. And I think the last touch that I'm gonna add is fresh cilantro. I think fresh herbs are like absolutely the best for mostly all the dishes. Like I love to add a lot of cilantro. I know that not everyone loves cilantro, but if you don't like cilantro, you can also add, I don't know, parsley, basil, I love to combine different spices, even for this, like different herbs. Even for this dish, sometimes I make variations and I add basil, parsley, cilantro, like all together. All right, and that's it. I'm gonna bring it to you. One more thing, it's the cilantro, like the fresh cilantro. And and the crackers, of course. So you can do two things. You can add the crackers on top of the ceviche, or you can put them on the side, like on this plate. Whatever you feel like. You can do both, actually. You can do both. I'm bringing the plate right now so you can see it. And you can... I love to also add stems. Cilantro stems are my favorite. They're even like more tasty than the leaves. All right. Okay, I want to add the crackers inside of the aguachile. A couple of crackers, like pieces, so you get that crunchiness. And a couple of crackers on the side, like that. And that's it. I'm gonna taste it. We need to taste this. Let's taste it. All right, let me bring the plate closer. I don't know if you can see it there. Closer, closer. I wish I could bring my camera over here because the good take it's from... All right. Okay, I want to taste this. Let's see. So the conclusion of this dish is that I love to add different textures, lots of herbs, lots of color, layers of flavor. I love it because it's not overpowering. I can taste the creaminess of the avocado, the spiciness of the jalapeno, crunchiness of the chia seeds, and love, love, love the raspberry addition. Oh my God. This is so good. I love it. Jordan, thank you, Jordan. I'm just saying that it looks delicious and they can't wait to try it. Thank you. This was so much fun. You can also, one tip before I leave, you can also serve it as a snack. Like you can put the cracker like this, one shrimp. I don't know if you can see it there. A little bit of the onions, herbs, and just like one bite. Thank you, everyone. These crackers are crazy. They're so good. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I'm so happy that I was able to share my love for food with you and share this dish that is so special for me. And I'm sure it's going to be a very special dish for you. I hope you can share it with your friends, your family, with yourself in a special occasion. And remember that you can substitute the proteins. So you can make it a lot of times, like in different ways, with vegetables, fish, shrimp. Also, I eat it as a side. Sometimes mix it with my salad. That also is delicious because you don't even have to add any dressing. One thing, make sure to eat it super, super, super cold. It really makes a difference. Like, make sure when you eat it, if you made it right now, put it in the fridge for 30 minutes, a good 30 minutes. And now it's gonna be ready to eat. Like, it's delicious like this, but if you put it in the fridge, it's even. You can taste the flavors even more. So good. So good. If you have any questions, please let me know before I leave. This was a pleasure for me. Remember that you can use this dish separate. You don't necessarily need to eat it with the crackers. The crackers are a great snack, a great healthy snack to have in hand. It has a lot of fiber, so you're not going to be hungry. Like, I eat these crackers all the time, and I love them. Like, I put them a lot of different, like with peanut butter, healthy peanut butter, and a little fruits. It's also delicious. And yeah, so you can eat them separately. Remember to keep them in an airtight container with parchment paper in between, or paper towel. Put them in your pantry. Make sure to close that container very well so it lasts for 2 weeks. I'm sure that it's not gonna last for that long because you're gonna eat it. And the ceviche, I would recommend to eat it right away or the next day. But if you want to eat it the next day, I would not separate the sauce from the shrimp. And the next day, like, you can prep everything, have everything separated. Like, if you're gonna make this for a party and you want to have everything ready ahead of time, you can do it 1 day ahead, but not mix the sauce with the shrimp, if that makes sense. Like, have everything ready, the sauce ready, shrimp cooked, everything, and then the day of the dinner, you can like put everything together. If not, like the shrimp or the fish, it's gonna get weird. The texture is gonna be weird. So that's why, because it's gonna cook with the lime for too long, and it's gonna start getting like a little bit tough. So yeah, that will be my recommendation. This dish is to eat it fresh, like right away when you make it. And if you want to make it ahead of time, just make sure to have everything separate. So thank you everyone for being here and for signing up for my class. See you next time. And yeah, I would love to see your dishes. Take a picture because I want to see how your creations are. Have a good one.